Gonna hitchhike right out of Saginaw, with nothing but cuss words in my jaw. No longer need to live out this old Paul Simon song.
All right, this song is called What Phase Is This? I went through my crawling phase, went through my diaper phase, went through my thumb-sucking phase, went through my dinosaur phase, went through my Legos phase, went through my Lincoln Logs phase, went through my baseball cards phase, went through my Saturday morning cartoon Saved by the Bell phase. Went through my MC Hammer phase, I went through my Pearl Jam phase, I went through my Zeppelin phase, I went through my reggae phase, I went through my girls are stupid phase, went through my girls are awesome phase, went through another girls are stupid phase. Yeah, what phase is this? Just tell me what phase. And how long do I get to keep it? Oh, all we do is change. All we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this faith? I went through my teenage phase, no smiling for pictures phase. I went through my hippie phase, everybody paint on my guitar phase. Went through my I'm gonna be a teacher phase, it lasted about half a day. Went through my jam band phase, lasted longer than it should have. Yeah, but what phase is this? Oh, tell me what phase. And how long do I get to keep it? Yeah, all we do is change. All we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this faith? Went through that phase where I was gonna read every piece of classic literature, till I read Crime and Punishment, and it took forever. Then someone handed me Anna Karenina, and I was like, whoa, think of all the places I could go, people I could meet instead of reading that goddamn book. Yeah, oh, but what phase is this? Just tell me what phase, and how long do I get to keep it? Yeah, all we do is change. Oh, all we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this faith? How long, how long, how long, how long, how long, how long? Cool, so for my next song, I'm gonna do a tune off of this new record that came out August 20th, and it's called The Apocalypse Is Over. And this song is about a night I had in Portland, Oregon. I'd been touring for a couple years, but I brought out my friend Patrick Cooper on tour with me. And Patrick had never been on tour before. And Patrick had these inflated ideas of what a tour would be. And I wanted to make all of his dreams come true. So he did the show in Portland, and it didn't go that well, you know. In my opinion, it went great, but my standards for a good show are a lot lower than Patrick's or anyone else's, you know. Even if there's just one drunk guy in the back, half asleep, that's a show that counts for me. I'm happy. But Patrick was a little down at the end of the show, so I hadn't given him a good show, but I could give him at least the other side of what he thought the tour was going to be. So I said to him, Patrick, we're not leaving this bar till we find you some love. So I spent the next 2 hours trying to find Patrick a girl. It did not, because I'm super awkward when it comes to that stuff. So I went back to the hotel that night and I wrote this song, and it's called "We Ain't Leaving This Bar, Patrick, Till We Find You Some Love." And the next morning we're driving to Seattle. I said, "Patrick, remember last night when I didn't find any girls for you?" He was like, "I remember." I was like, "Well, I wrote a song and your name is in it. You're forever in a John Craigie song." He was like, "I would have rather had the girl." This is what he got. Out here on the road, tires swell and the limits bleed. 1 minute y'all hero, the next minute y'all asleep. Or you could fall in love 100 times and no one will ever know. Or you could shed 1,000,000 layers, still be sweating in the snow. Yeah, but the night is still young. Our music said it's done, and no, we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. Some of these women are crazy. Some are gonna drive you wild. The women down in Baton Rouge, they do nothing but make you smile. Yeah, some of these men wanna kill me, and some wanna love me so. And there's a couple guys in Milwaukee who probably wanna do a little bit of both. Yeah, and the night is still young. Our music said it's done. Now we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. The grandma in South Dakota, and she treats me like a star. She tells me she listens to nothing but John Craigie CDs and NPR. She says, "Oh, when you gonna get famous, boy? When you gonna shine?" I said, "The more famous that you get, honey, the worse songs that you write." Yeah, and the night is still young. Our music said it's done. No, we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. One beer a night kind of guy. I don't usually drink a lot, but tonight I match your beer for beer and shot. For shot. Oh yeah, I know this tour's been weird, and I know this tour's been hard, but like you said, playing to an empty room is still better than any other job. Yeah, maybe we'll make it to the big time, or maybe we'll just stay here. But this world ain't nothing but an open road full of beautiful people's ears. Yeah, and the night is still young. Our music said it's done. No, we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. Well, the night is still young. Our music said it's done. No, we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some goddamn. Till we find you some goddamn love. All right, this next song was a song I wrote back in December at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz. I opened for this guy named Todd Snyder. And I was a few weeks out from recording my newest album. And I was hiring mostly local guys, but there was one guy I was hiring from New York. And I didn't have that much to pay him. He called me up. He said, "John, how much can you pay me?" I said, "Not much." He said, "That's cool. Can you just use the money that you would pay me on my plane ticket? That way he'd feel like a rock star getting flown out to California." I said, "Sure." So about the plane ticket, I called him right back. I said, "Listen, man, I'm sorry I spent all of your money on the plane ticket." He said, "No problem." He said what any good musician would say. He said, "That's cool, John. Just pay me the rest in weed." And if I was a cool rock star, that'd be easy. But a folk singer doesn't know much about that, you know. We're lucky if we can just get a sandwich at most, you know. So I'm calling all my friends, but all my friends are folk singers. I was like, "Do you guys have any weed?" And they're like, "I got a good lead on a sandwich, John, but nothing with the weed realm yet." I was like, "I'll call you back on that sandwich. Let me get back to you." So I'm calling all around. No one's got any weed. But I knew that I was opening for Todd Snyder, and I thought, maybe Todd will give me some weed. So this song is called "I Almost Stole Some Weed from Todd Snyder." I hope you enjoy. True story.
Well, I almost stole some weed from Todd Snyder. Everybody calm down, I said almost. Mama raised me right, didn't raise no criminal. But this road gets dark, makes a man cynical. And I almost stole some weed from Todd Snyder. It was December 2012 in Santa Cruz at the Catalyst nightclub. I was in the backstage room. I had done my duty, done my opening set. Now Todd was on stage, he was rocking it. I was all alone in the back. I was eating some hummus and some chips when I saw a great big jar and I looked inside it. It was full to the brim with marijuana. Oh, Todd had so much, I had none. I was faced with a moral dilemma. Let me just tell you what an honor it is to open for Todd Snyder. In fact, I've done it once before. But Todd and I didn't really hit it off, and by that I mean we barely even talked. Oh, I said hey, he said hey. I tried to say more, but he walked away. Now I know it's all business, and I shouldn't take it personally, but when I found out I was opening for Todd Snyder, oh, I must admit I had constructed a little fantasy. You see, there is a line from Todd Snyder that stretches all the way back to Johnny Cash. Oh, one might even say that a torch has been passed. Here's a little history for you. Johnny Cash was famous, Chris Christopherson was not. Christopherson sang for Johnny, then Christopherson was high. John Prine was no one, Christopherson heard him play. Christopherson gave him his blessing, sent John Prine on his way. Todd Snyder opened for John Prine a few years ago. He made John Prine laugh, John Prine made him a star. Now I was going to meet Todd Snyder. Johnny Cash's initials are JC, mine are also JC. Pass me the torch, the circle is complete. Oh yeah, but Todd and I didn't really hit it off. In fact, like I mentioned, we barely even talked. So with all of this not meant to be, I figured why not steal a little bit of his weed. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Walked over to the jar. I was trembling. Just then, Elvis walked in. Not Elvis Presley, he's dead. But Elvis is the name of Todd Snyder's manager. I turned around, a little bit startled. I said hey, he said hey. I said, you want some hummus? He said, no thanks. Oh, he grabbed a few things, then he walked out the door. One of the things he grabbed was the weed jar. Yeah, that's how I almost stole some weed from Todd Snyder. Yeah, I almost stole some weed from Todd Snyder. Mama raised me right, didn't raise no criminal. But this road gets dark, makes a man cynical. And I almost stole some weed from Todd Snyder. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Alright, this next song is called Let's Talk This Over When We're Sober and Not at Burning Man. And it's inspired by one night at Burning Man. I was walking through the desert and I saw this couple arguing. It made me sad because it's a party, you know, you shouldn't be arguing at a party. And as I walked past, I just heard one sentence from the argument. But I think it was the key sentence. The guy just said, honey, let's talk this over when we're sober and not a Burning Man. I thought that's pretty good advice. So I wrote this song, goes like this.
I know you want to have a real serious chat right here, right now, inside of our tent. Oh, baby, don't you know that I understand? Yeah, but this really ain't the best time and place. Let's use one of the other 358 days. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man. I know you wanna tell me that your roommate's a bitch, 'cause she never ever does any of her dishes, and how all she really needs is a good man. Oh, but I just wanna talk about planets and stuff, and how much techno sucks. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man. Oh, and I know that you think that I smoke too much pot. I know you think my lazy ass friends should all get jobs. Trust me, I know how when I told you your sister looks like a dude, oh, you got me mad. Oh, yeah, but you got to admit she kinda sorta does. But never mind, babe, it ain't the point, because we'll talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man. Yeah. Talk about the bills we have. Don't wanna talk about your issues with your mom and your dad. Don't wanna talk about how under no circumstances should I ever wear jean shorts. Oh yeah, but maybe it's okay if I cut them off at the ends. You know I don't really wanna have this conversation. Come on, baby, let's go climb on some crazy ass art. Oh. And there is so much that we could process, girl, when we get back to that old default world. But for now, let's enjoy this city while we can. Oh, now we could talk about some serious stuff, but I hear there's a wooden man that they're gonna blow up. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man. Oh yeah, you know, we could redefine our relationship, or we could make love on top of a pirate ship. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man. Let's talk this over when we're sober and we're not at Burning Man.
Thank you, everybody. John Craigie, we really appreciate you coming down to the National Music Sanctuary. Shot live here in Rumble Seat Music in Carmel, California. We want to say thank you to Elliot and Bijan for letting John come through. We have one last thing we wanted to do, if you don't mind. We've got Jasmine. We're going to have you sign her real quick. So give me 1 second. Get Jasmine in here. And the cool thing about Jasmine is that we've got Ruthie Foster right here. We've got Todd Snyder. We've got Greg Brown, Birds of Chicago, Ryan Bingham. Sign Jasmine if you don't mind. Getting a little bit of that mojo working in here for the National Music Sanctuary. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, pleasure having you.
Here on the road, tires swell and the limits bleed. 1 minute y'all hero, The next minute you're asleep. Or you could fall in love 100 times and no one will ever know. Or you could shed 1,000,000 layers, still be sweating in the